So really excited because I get to marry Willis Hawkins Jr., who is the most amazing man that I've ever met. We started off being sort of kind of mutual friends. With mutual friends introduced us actually on group messages. So we had some friends that he was in grad school with that were also my travel buddies and one of my line sisters. And they used to send motivational texts all the time, and we'd respond back and forth. And I just knew him as the 985 number.
I was included on it, didn't know anybody's number, but somebody put out, "Hey, Joe, tell your line brother, I woke up like this." At that point, I thought, she was trying to sway his way. And she was like, "Hey, 985, ... I'm sorry, I usually don't talk like this usually."
And he just laughed and sort of played it off, but I side texted him and was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry, that wasn't for you. I'm not a crazy person, don't judge me." And so then after that, we just sort of kept up with our little side text.
And so that's how it all began. That's how we first met.
Willis was the type of guy who was an amazing single dad. I think that was one of the first things I noticed about him, is that he was the best father. Everywhere he went, his daughter was there. And then all of my female friends that were friends with him praised that he could always come whenever they needed anything.
Samantha is definitely a special person. She gives a lot. She gives her all. And that's why I really adore about her.
Willis and my friend Zenaida ended up going and planning a trip to go to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. So Zenaida was my friend who's my travel buddy, and I was like, of course I'm going. You just name the date and I'm going, because I love to travel. And as things started falling through with some of our other friends, it ended up that Willis lost his partner that he was supposed to share his travel package with, and I lost my partner. So I was like, oh yeah, you're my buddy, we can go together, we'll have a blast. And we were the only ones who were not from Puerto Rico as well that ended up going on the trip. So we were like, yeah, we'll be the ones from here, holding it down, speaking English and Spanglish, and we'll see what happens.
I got with my friend and said, "Hey, I want to take Samantha on a date, but I have to make it special." So I'm thinking to myself, how can I make this special? And I know, as everyone else knows, her love about elephants, and it so happened that they had nice custom-made elephants. I think one was like a jewelry box, the other one was just nice and big and so on. And I was like, hey, this is take her out on a date. I think I had a card as well. Basically asking, hey, can I take you out on a date?
For our first date, he bought some chocolate for me and he bought elephants. I collect elephants and he bought me my first elephant in Dominican Republic. So I was really excited, because on our first day there, I tried to get one and the guy who was selling them was trying to charge me too much, and so I was being cheap and I didn't buy one. But Willis bought me an elephant. I was like, oh, this is a keeper. A man that buys me an elephant knows my heart. So we went on our first date and it was beautiful. And then we sort of kind of been inseparable since.
It was funny because Samantha thought that, it was just for the trip, and she had her own fears or regards about, is this dude gonna really be around because we're back home and such. But no, she was such a special person, of course, couldn't let her go.
Willis ended up proposing on a year after our trip to Dominican Republic. We actually planned another vacation because I love to travel, and Mexico is one of the places I go every other year. So we sort of fitted in on the every other year Mexico schedule of planning a 1-year anniversary trip. And so we ended up doing a cruise through Carnival. And at dinner on like Captain's Night, it was the night where we all dressed up. We took a lot of photos, we laughed, we had fun, we had dinner reservations.
I'm trying to take pictures without showing the ring off, like a big box in the corner of my jacket or whatever. Anyway, so I happened to get to our special dinner, and from there we were just conversating, just talking about this, how the trip was going. It was going really well.
While we were at dinner, we just sort of laughed and joked and played around, and I told him, I was like, well, now you got to keep me for at least the next 90 years because I'm not going anywhere.
Sure, well, let's make this official. And at that moment, got down on one knee and asked, hey, will you marry me?
And I was shocked because we were at dinner and I played too much, and so I was just clowning, and that provided the perfect segue for a proposal.
I do not see myself without Samantha in my life. That's not it's not a good look for me. That's not a good, definitely not a good future. And you know, the fact is that I need her. Definitely need her in my life. There's not another woman that can replace her. And I love her.